So you just say when you want to get started, Mad. You want to get cracking straight off, straight in.
Hey, she's the boss. Let's go then.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Hello, welcome to
Dad.
and
Yeah.
today we have Dirty Deez with us to answer some questions. This is Dad and Mad on YouTube.
Stay tuned. Check this out.
3,
Yep.
2, 1, go.
How's it going, mate?
Things are going well. You know, we're making the best that we can. That's all we can do. How about you guys?
Very well.
Very well,
good.
very well.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, my pleasure. You know, when I saw the call to action for anybody who wanted to have an interview with Dad and Matt, I thought, are you kidding me? I get to be interviewed by the famous, world-known Mad? Absolutely. And she's only getting started. Maddie, I have seen some of your interviews with other motovloggers, whether it was at a bike rally or a bike show and things like that. And I am just so impressed with the way that you're already getting started. I can only imagine what you'll be doing in 5, 10, 20 years. It's incredible.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Hello, hello.
That is Dirty Deez stuff on.
I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so fantastic. I've been seeing, Matt, you're getting a lot of t-shirts, aren't you?
Yeah.
You got a good collection.
Choosing which one to wear.
Yeah. I'm like, should I have the Mad one or that one? Or that one or that one? So this time I ended up wearing just a plain red t-shirt.
Very good.
Use.
Yeah, that's cool.
You have got your Harley hoodie on, which is from Flip.
Yep, but I have got this Harley hoodie on.
Oh.
And this nice cap.
From
Yes.
Kansas guy.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. I know you and Mrs. Kansas Girl, Little Miss Kansas Girl, are pretty good friends, aren't you?
Yeah, and Lola Moon.
Lola Moon. That's Dano Moto's daughter.
Ah, yes. I've seen some posts that you've done. You've gone together to a few events, haven't you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, cool.
It's cool. It's good. We spoke to Kid Moto 22 and his daughter Ava on Sunday as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I mean, look, when we're all kind of stuck here, I think, you know, with the social distancing and all of that stuff,
yeah,
I think these type of chats are going to become more prevalent as we move through the next few weeks.
Oh yeah, we're having a lot of fun. I just wanted something for Mad to do on the next couple of weeks, and you know, connect with some of the people in the community, and for Mad to learn. You know, she wrote up the questions herself, so she's using her imagination and her writing, and then figuring out where people live. She's using her geography, so you know.
Oh, that's great.
Love it. The dad typed them down.
Yeah, I typed them up afterwards, didn't I? Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Oh, very cool.
You getting in with the questions now?
Yes.
You going straight in?
Yes.
All right.
Let's do it.
Right. For the people that don't know, what do you ride?
Yes, very good question. So what I ride right now, I have a 2007 Harley Davidson Fat Boy.
Ooh.
So yeah, so it's a little bit of an older bike. I had one before that, which was a 1997 Harley Davidson Sportster Sport. And the reason that I had to change because that bike, the old bike, actually had, we'll just say it had some mechanical issues. Those mechanical issues were due to an accident that occurred. But the good news is that everything worked out very well, and I was able to get a bike that I am very, very happy with.
It's a beautiful bike as well.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful bike.
Yeah. So I like that, and I try to do, you know, as much of the maintenance on it myself that I can. I don't like to take it into the dealership too much if I can help it. Just very simple things, you know. You can, in fact, buy these books that will show you every single piece of your motorcycle engine and tell you exactly how to do the maintenance yourself. If you have the tools, I think you can really save a lot of money, save a lot of time, and get to know your bike very well. Yeah. How about you? What are you riding on the back of these days, Maddie?
Harley Davidson Sportster.
Oh, I love that bike. Yes, very good. And I've seen it with the flames on the tank and the nice bars and everything. It's a gorgeous machine.
We love it, don't we?
Yeah. Where are you in the world? Can you tell us a little something about it?
Oh, absolutely. So I live in Texas, which if you look at a map of the United States, and if the United States is like this, Texas is way down here on the bottom part. So we're kind of in South Texas. And so I am about, if I drove straight for about 5 hours south, I would end up in Mexico, right? So we're not too far from there. Yeah, Mexico. And so the name of my city is San Antonio. And in San Antonio, Texas, long time ago, there was a battle at a mission, which is kind of like a fort called the Alamo. And that's kind of what we're pretty well known for. If you've ever heard of Davy Crockett, you know, and that whole story about the guys who, they fought a big war against Mexico. They were outnumbered, and it didn't work out too well for the defenders of the Alamo. But it's like they say sometimes, you lose the battle, but you win the war. And that's exactly what happened. And so that's where I am in San Antonio, Texas. We also have a river that runs through our city, which is really nice. And sometimes I'll do videos down there as well. So it's pretty cool. The weather's nice as well.
That sounds good.
So you're basically...
Love that.
Is it round?
There you go. Keep spinning, keep spinning. There you go.
Is it, where can you find it? You got it?
Yes.
So,
if you look at the bottom of the United States in the very middle, there's
not many places pinpointed on here, but San Antonio is one of them.
Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
There you go.
Wait, he's there.
Yeah.
He's San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yes. Oh my God, I can't believe you have a globe that has San Antonio on it. Not many do.
Yeah, I mean, it's a basic globe as well. It's pretty cheap just to blow up.
Yes, that's right, Maddie. There I am. That's exactly where I am right now. And in fact, most maps and globes will have Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, maybe Austin because it's the capital, but they don't have San Antonio a lot. So you got a really good globe there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, I don't know how it got there. It's just a blow-up globe.
I don't either. And where are you? Where in the world are you? I know you're in the UK, which I've been to many times.
Where?
See that one that's pinpointed? Birmingham?
Yes.
So we're right by there. I don't know if you'd be able to make that out on camera. If you
We're right by Birmingham.
All right.
So we're smack bang in the middle, aren't we? We're in a place called the West Midlands. That's like the
West Midlands.
This like province, I suppose, or whatever you want to call it, the county, West Midlands. So it's pretty much, it's pretty close to Wales. We could get to Wales in about an hour or so.
Yeah.
Very cool. The thing that I noticed about the UK, because I used to be able to go out there for work, and we're going back about 3 years, but I would go out there maybe once a month. We were getting a new thing going on, and I was helping them out. And what I noticed is that the roads oftentimes are very narrow compared to what we're used to here.
Oh yeah.
And here in the United States, if you're coming close to, you're kind of going against the grain and someone's coming towards you, if you flash your brights, it means you get out of my way. But in the UK, I think it's the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah, it means like go ahead. Like yeah. It means like you're giving way to the person. If somebody's waiting to turn right across the path and you flash them, it means carry on, go ahead, I'll let you through.
Yeah, I think you're a little more polite and civil over there, because over here, if you flash your brights, it means watch out, I'm coming.
Yeah, if it's either go ahead or it's turn your lights on, because you haven't got your lights on at night time, sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's more of a polite thing than anything over here.
Oh.
You'll have to let us know when you're back over here, dude.
Oh man, I hope so. We have a team that works there now, and a lot of them work in hospitality with hotels, and some with even rental car companies. And as you can imagine right now, that business is coming to a very slow halt.
Yeah.
Or maybe even not so slow. I mean, things are just from one day to the next with the cut in travel. But God willing, one day I'll be back and I'll let you know.
Yeah, hit us up, man. We'll try and come to you, or we'll try and find you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And have you ever been to America?
No.
Not yet.
Not,
We've
not
only been to.
Oh, we've been to that's the closest we've been is Barbados. That's the closest.
Yeah,
we've
that's
been.
the closest
Oh
that
my.
we've been is Barbados.
Oh, that's nice. I've never been there. That sounds like a good time.
It is
Yeah, we went there on
for your nan's wedding.
for my nan's wedding.
Oh, how nice.
But yeah, we will one day. We will one day.
How old was I then?
You were 2 years old.
I was 2 years old when I went.
Oh my goodness.
And I was all over Nanny. I was all over her.
You were all your nan. Yeah.
I was all, Nanny, Nanny.
That's great. And well, you wouldn't remember, but did you guys see many motorcycles in Barbados?
We went to the Harley Davidson store in Barbados, and that was before I even had a Harley Davidson. So I remember I bought a couple of badges from there, but it wasn't a dealership. It was just just a merchandise type store.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if they have a dealership there or not. I would hope so. I would assume so, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we've got the same type of store here in downtown San Antonio. I think it's mainly for the people who are visiting, but yeah, you've got the T-shirts and the little patches and the pins and things like that. Mm-hmm. Very true.
Are you ready to move on? You sorted yourself out?
Yeah.
All right. I love the energy. All right. So what's the next one?
What is the best motorbike to you?
Oh, the best motorbike to me. Oof. Wow. It would depend on where I'm going. So if I was going across the country, I would probably get something with a lot of luggage, very comfortable, all the bells and whistles, all of the, the GPS and everything from A to Z. Mm-hmm. I hate to ever go away from Harley just because those are the only type of bikes I can really talk about that I really know. But I have seen a lot of people talking about the road glides that can be good, those type of cruisers. I have seen some videos where people really like, and this is almost like anti everything that I ever go for, but people really like those gold wings. Oh, but yeah. I think that's if you're doing, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of miles. The only thing that I don't like about the gold wing is, that they're automatic. That would take a lot of getting used to for me.
Yeah, the new Goldwing looks nice. It does look nice. It's not my bag, but it does. I can see, I can see the appeal for sure.
I can see the appeal. Now, if I had a magic wand and said, all of a sudden this bike is in my garage, bam, it would probably be an older Harley Davidson. Those that were lighter, very easy to work on. The entire engine, you can see it right there. You don't need any computers. But that's the type of motorcycle riding that I like to do. I like to keep it bare bones and very simple. Yeah. When I'm riding a motorcycle, I like to see the road in front of me and nothing else. I don't like to look through a windshield. I don't like to be distracted with the GPS if I can help it. Mm-hmm. I'll be listening to the GPS in my helmet if I need directions. And maybe I could buy one of those little phone mounts to have my GPS there on my phone. But for me, the best bikes are the most simple bikes. And they look like bikes.
Yeah.
That's for me.
I like a naked bike. I like a bike with no fairing, no. I had a sports bike for a little while, but it wasn't for me.
A naked bike is a bike with no paint job.
No,
you can't have a naked bike. A naked bike is a bike with no paint.
It's a bike with no plastics, no stuff around it, no fairings. Like Daddy's Bandit or the Sportster or Mommy's Rebel.
Oh, well, that's fine.
That's a naked bike. Is that okay? Yeah. Is that acceptable?
Yes. I would not have a naked bike.
You would not? Oh, okay.
Sometimes not.
What would you have?
Sometimes I would have like a little, like a hot pink bandana with a little bit of black flake on the tank.
On the tank. But would you have a naked bike, like no plastic on the front?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, I would have the bandana on the front.
You'd have a bandana on the front?
Yeah.
Or like between the forks or something? Or
Yeah.
tied to the handlebar or?
Tied to the handlebar.
Oh, okay.
Well, would you like to know something interesting, Matt?
What?
I rode, when I was out of town one time, somebody let me use their wife's bike, and it was pink with Tinkerbells painted all over it. And all kinds of little, I don't know, these little plastic jewels painted on it and glued onto it and everything like that. And yeah, it was a really fun bike to ride. I got a lot of funny looks though, riding that pink Tinkerbell bike. Yes. Yes. In fact, I have a video about it. You can see if you go back into my channel, and it says, I ride a girl's bike.
True.
It's pretty funny.
We'll watch it. I think I've already seen it, but we'll watch it together.
I'll bet people stare at you because they think that you're a weirdo.
Probably, and they're probably right.
Everybody's a little weird, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's a little weird, but I think if you ride any kind of motorcycle, any motorcycle is a good motorcycle to ride. I'm not afraid to ride a pink bike.
Absolutely.
But it has tick petals all over it.
All over it. Even a real little Tinkerbell figure glued onto the handlebar. You'll see it. It's very cool.
I'll show you later.
Right. Question number 4. I'm thinking about pizza.
You're thinking about pizza?
Yeah. Does that give you a clue?
Oh, are you going to ask me about my favorite food?
Nearly.
Nearly.
Your favorite pizza topping?
Oh my gosh. My favorite pizza toppings. Now, a lot of people don't like it, but personally, I love pineapple on pizza. Yes. So pineapple with either pepperoni or the Canadian bacon, I think is very good.
Mm.
We're going to try a bacon on pizza.
We are going to try bacon on pizza. You're going to try, I've had it before, but you're going to try bacon on pizza. Do you want some pineapple on your pizza?
No, thanks.
No.
Yeah.
You should try it sometime.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be surprised, but people don't, they like a bit of pineapple a bit more than anchovies.
Oh, yeah, I would think so. Because those anchovies, those little fish, I don't know if it mixes with tomato sauce and cheese on pizza.
No. I don't think it's I don't think anchovies are even a thing on pizza over here.
Oh, yeah. You're fortunate.
I'm not. We're not fortunate. We're lucky.
That's the same thing. There you go.
Yeah, how about you, Matt? What's your favorite?
My favorite, personally, salami.
Salami on pizza. Okay, I'll have to try that.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Matt, I've got a question for you, Matt. Because I have a niece who is almost your age, close to your age, and I don't think she has ever seen my brother without a beard. The entire time that she's been alive, my brother has always had a beard. Kind of like your dad's. Have you ever seen your dad without a beard?
I've seen Dad with a shorter beard. He was so scary. He was terrifying.
I mean,
Look.
I had no beard when you were younger, but it was probably before you probably can't remember.
There.
You prefer the beard?
Yes.
Mm.
Keep your beard like this. Do not grow it. Do not cut it.
Do not cut it. Do not grow it.
Because
Don't change.
Look, he looks scary. He looks scary, doesn't he?
You cannot change a thing there.
No, I got to keep it as is.
He kind of looks scary like this.
Mama Sophie ain't like that now. She doesn't like the beard. She would rather it be shorter. She doesn't mind a beard as long as it's short.
I don't like it shorter because look at that, scary.
Yeah, what a change that would be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's fix
Well, I'm not going to the barbers anytime soon, that's for sure. So.
Oh.
Yes.
That's right. You know, it's funny. I was talking to my brother about that just the other day. And we said, I think what it's going to come down to is people are either going to cut their own hair and probably just buzz it because that's the easiest way to do it, or just let it grow. So I've got, mine is getting pretty crazy already. And I'm not going to a barber anytime soon.
Wow.
So it's just going to keep on growing. It's going to look really weird, but that's okay.
Keep it growing.
Yeah. When your hair's out, it kind of looks like you have a big head.
I do have a big head. Well, my hair doesn't, like some people's hair grows down, and my hair just starts kind of growing out. So you'll probably see quite a funny looking hairstyle here on one of the videos coming up soon.
There you go. Are you going to grow that mustache finally, dude?
Yeah, you know what? I had a good one growing out the other day, and then I got a call from work, and they said, could you film a couple of training videos since we're all homebound? And I said, well, yeah, but I was looking nice and scruffy. I like it when it comes in. But yeah, I had to unfortunately shave about 2 days ago to do these training videos.
Where do you like to ride?
Oh, yes. Okay, so where I live in Texas, we have some hills, which is called the Texas Hill Country. Very nice, beautiful scenery, a lot of limestone where the roads are cut into the limestone. So you can see that. That's nice. But really, one of the favorite places I like to ride, I do like to ride on the motorway. And the reason is when you're on the motorway, everyone's going in the same direction. I like that. I like watching traffic and not being a part of traffic. So I always try to keep a very, very safe distance from the cluster of people in front of me. But out there on the highways, you can go a little bit faster than you can traditionally in the countryside. And out in the countryside here, where I ride, there are a lot of deer that will try to cross the road sometimes, so that can be a little more dangerous. So yeah, I like to ride in the motorway. I'll often do a ride from my house into downtown, the city center, and that's really nice. If I can do that at night, now in particular, because there are not a lot of cars on the road.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people are staying home, so I think, quite frankly, now is one of the best times to do that evening or night riding if you're ever going to do it.
Yeah, I love it when I finish work late at night and I get to ride the city streets at night. I think there's something special about that.
Yeah, I mean, you see your city in a different way because everything's lit up against a dark background.
Yeah,
you know, it really is nice.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So that's some of my favorite type. Some riding that I would like to do eventually. I'd like to get on a track, a closed track. And, you know, because there you can go as fast as you want, take the turns, and it's built for people to practice their skills.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of being out here on the road. So I'd like to do that maybe sometime this year.
You do that on the Fat Boy as well?
I think so. I'd like to try it. I'd like to give it a shot. Now, here's the thing about the Fat Boy. It's got that wide back tire, so you have to lean a little more. The leans are a little more severe than it was with my old Sportster. I mean, heck, that thing, you could just flick it all over the road, no problem. The Fat Boy, you've got to, I wouldn't say you have to struggle with it much, but you've got to really trust the push and the lean into the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've got a question for Mad. So Mad, when did you start doing interviews? Because you're quite good at it. And I can see that you probably have a very good future in the motorcycle world, whether it's writing or interviewing or just coming up with ideas. How long have you been doing it?
Have you seen the one where I interviewed Freeland and Viking Biker?
Yes. I think that was the first one that I saw.
Yeah, that's one of the first interviews that I did.
And that was at a bike show, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that.
Was that my first interview?
Those were your first two interviews, yeah?
Yep, those were my first two interviews.
Yes. And I think if that's the one I remember correctly, someone off camera asked the person that you were talking to, what they were doing, and they said, I'm being interviewed. And the person off camera, I think it was a female, she sounded kind of surprised, but I don't think she should have been that surprised because you did a heck of a job.
Nice of Deez to say so, isn't it?
You only keep getting better. Just keep
I
on
don't
doing it.
really understand why she was surprised, because being interviewed by a kid is just normal.
I think so. I think people are surprised when they see a kid interviewing because maybe it's something that they don't do very well, and they see a kid doing it pretty well, and they think, you know what, this kid can really go a long way.
Yeah.
I saw a video of you recently. It was this week that you guys posted of you watching, I think it was MotoGP when you were 2 years old. That was a great video. You've been around motorcycles a long, long time, huh?
Is it the one where I was going, oh, that's gonna be close?
It's gonna be close. That's the one.
That was cute. That was cute.
Was that when I was 3 or 2?
I think you were 3 in that one, and then the day after I posted a photograph of you when you were 2 watching the MotoGP as well.
3.
So 2 and 3.
The 2 one was the photo.
Yeah.
It was a video, the one that I saw.
Oh,
yeah, the video one was the
okay.
3.
3 years old.
Yes.
Mm.
Very cool. And Matt, do you ride on the back of your dad's and your mom's bike?
No, just Dad's. Mum's scared for me to go on the back. She says, no, you can't come on the back. No.
I could understand that, yes.
Show, the sheets just for show.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Sophie's pretty brand new to riding, really. She had a year on the 125, and then she got her Rebel in, I think it was October last year.
Mm-hmm.
So she went for one ride in October last year, and then it's been sitting over the winter, and then we managed one ride a couple of weeks back, about 3 weeks ago, I think.
3 weeks.
And then the plan was to get out as much as possible this summer. But we're just going to have to see what happens. I think we can still get out for a ride as a family, I think, as it stands. So we'll see how we get on. But right now we're stuck in the house for another 10, 11 days, and then we'll see what happens after that. So
yeah, we're going through the same thing over here. In fact, I think it's tonight at midnight the rules change to be a little more severe on staying indoors. So yeah, you know what, it's okay. I think it's bringing a lot of people together, and I think it's making people spend more time with each other. Everything's slowed down. You know, a lot of people aren't as scared of the sickness as they are, you know, the uncertainty of what it's going to do with the way that we live.
Yeah.
But you know what? We'll be all right. I think it's okay. To tell you the truth, I'm kind of liking it.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to see the positives as well, spending time together and, you know, seeing how people are helping each other out and sort of chipping in together with certain things. Like those are the good things that are coming out of it also.
It is. And, you know, over here, we've closed down all the bars and restaurants. So the benefit to that is, number one, I'm saving money because I'm not out having those, you know, expensive dinners on the weekends. Mm-hmm. Second part is I'm probably going to trim down a little bit because the food that they serve you in restaurants over here is full of sugar and fat and salt. And 3, I'll probably learn some new barbecue techniques or cooking techniques. So we just try to look on the bright side. You know, there are some things you just can't control.
Oh, yeah. I know you're a positive guy as well, Deez. You're always putting that positive spin on things, which is great.
Yeah. You know, there's always, you could either, in any situation, you can either choose to laugh or cry, right? Even a bad situation has good things. And, you know, life isn't always all positive. There are always down times. But if you look for the good, you're going to find it. If you look for the bad, you're going to find it. Absolutely.
I totally agree. Do you have something to say?
Should we do a question?
Oh, you're going on to the next question now.
Okay. Very good.
What is your favorite hairstyle?
My favorite hairstyle? Oh, my goodness. Well, it has changed. My favorite hairstyle when I was young which I never had, was a mohawk. I thought that was very cool when I saw people wearing those at first. Not a lot of people had them a long time ago. Now you see them quite often. I have also had a flat top. Do you know what a flat top haircut is?
No.
It's when your hair stands straight up, but then they cut it straight back. So it's almost kind of spiky. It looks like you could set a glass on top of it and it wouldn't move. So that's a flat top. I had one of those when I was in the 8th grade. And let's see, I've had long hair, and long meaning like down to here. That was when I was about 20 years old. I like that a lot. So I would say that probably my favorite hairstyle would be a little bit of a longer cut. But you know, sometimes when you work, you got to cut your hair for work, which is too bad, but you just got to do it sometimes.
Oh yeah. I think I had a flat top when I was about 5 years old.
Did you?
1990.
Right, show me on your hair. So would it be like
It was
flat, like
it was spiky. I actually had hair back then, and it was spiky, and it was stood up straight, and it was buzzed across the top.
Yeah.
He said, "I'll show you a photograph."
Yeah, except it might come up with a mohawk instead.
I'll show you a photograph later of me when I had that hairstyle.
Oh.
That'd be cool. I'd love to see that on Instagram, hey.
Oh, maybe a private message.
Oh man.
There you go. Does that answer your question?
A private message.
Yeah, I'll send.
Ooh, check you out.
I'll send it across there, and I'll show you as well.
Thank you. Ding dong.
Do you have another question, please?
Yeah.
What have you got?
What is your dream ride if you could go anywhere in the world?
Ooh, anywhere in the world, I would probably take a trip down south, down into Mexico, and continue going down through to see the temples that are there. They have some ancient temples that are, from early civilizations that, some people say are kind of mystical. Some people have superstitions around those. And it's something that I have not ever done, is to take a trip down through Mexico. It really is a beautiful country. Oftentimes when people think about Mexico, they only think about the border towns, and those towns do have some problems around, some fighting and some other things going on for different type of economies. We'll just leave it at that, right? I think we know what we're talking about. But they have some gorgeous beaches down there, and it really is a good country in a lot of ways. So I think Mexico trip would be great, and I think it's in my future.
That sounds good, dude. And you should definitely get on that when you can.
I have something about temples which might not be in Mexico.
Okay, go ahead.
My dad's friend got a roof tile and then carved the name Dad and Mad in the roof tile for a temple.
Yes, that was a friend of ours, and he's known online as Norfolk and Good. Norfolk.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Yeah, there you go. He's. Did you see that he went on a little trip to Thailand?
I missed that one. Yeah.
And he put our name on a roof tile, which is now on a temple.
Wow.
So that's
cool.
Yes.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
I know around.
Go on, sorry. I was going to say he put the post up on his Instagram, so Mad could see it, didn't
he? Yeah. And also somebody put like a wind chime, a Dad and Mad wind chime somewhere.
Yeah, it was the same guy. It was Norfolk and Good again. He did a wind chime on his travels with our name on as well. Yeah.
But where did he put it in?
I think that might have also been in the temple,
Yeah, that might have also been in the temple.
Very cool. And I know around the UK there are some pretty ancient areas there as well, like Stonehenge and things like that. Have you ever been in that area?
We haven't been to Stonehenge yet, have we?
No.
No. But we do have a castle quite close, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, we do.
and an old priory as well. So we have the priory ruins, which is so standing on the ruins, you can look up and see the castle as well from where that is.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, we've got it's a rich industrial area where we're from. So there's a lot of there's a lot of mining, from back in the day. So there's a lot of stuff around that.
Yeah, that's something that impressed me the most about going over to the UK is some of the buildings are older than our country over here.
Mm, yeah.
You know, and some of those old streets and things, and you go back there and you look at some of those places and think, man, how cool is it that those spots are still around?
Oh, yeah.
What's your favourite YouTube channel?
Oh, my favorite favorite YouTube channels. Oh my goodness. Well, I love to watch videos from different parts of the world. So one of my favorite YouTube video channels, and you're going to think I'm just joking, but I'm serious, is the Dad and Mad channel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, because I like to see how riding is in other parts of the world. Let's see, who else do I like to watch? There's a pretty funny guy named Randy's Rides in Canada, and he does videos where he dresses up as all different type of characters sometimes. So I like Randy's Rides. The two Kiwi riders are very good. Really their videos lately have been, their videos have always been kind of funny and good, but lately they have kicked it up a notch. And I was fortunate enough to ride with the two Kiwi riders last year. And so, of course, I would also have to talk about Govna 947, who is in the Brisbane area. And he's the one who let me ride his wife's pink bike. So I like to watch him, keep up with him from time to time. And if we're not talking about motorcycle related, I do like to watch other interview shows, like the Joe Rogan podcast. Sometimes he has people on there who might be philosophers, astronomers, chemists, business people, because I like to kind of feed my brain as much as possible. It doesn't always stick. The things that I watch when I try to feed my brain, it doesn't stay in there very long, but I do like to do that.
That's good. I love the Joe Rogan experience as well. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I watch some comedy videos as well, some comedy channels. So yeah, I like to keep it pretty diverse.
Right. What's your favorite animal?
Ooh. Okay. I just learned about this animal yesterday. Okay, so it's called a pangolin. Pangolin, I believe. Pangolin. And that is becoming my favorite animal. So the pangolin is a mammal covered in scales, the only mammal completely covered in scales, but it's endangered because in certain parts of the world they trap them and sometimes they eat them or they use certain parts of this animal for medicine. So I saw a very good video yesterday by Dr. Jane Goodall, who has worked with chimpanzees throughout her entire life. I think she's 80-something years old. And she was talking about these animals, the pangolin. And they're pretty fascinating. If you take a look at them sometime, I think you'll agree that you've never seen anything like it. Almost looks like a reptile, but they're not. Very cool animal. And they say that their tongue, because they eat ants out of the ground, their tongue is almost as long as their entire body. So I don't know where they hide that thing, but yeah, it's pretty unique.
Wow. They probably roll
it up. That might be it. They roll it up.
I have never heard. I don't think I've ever heard of a pangolin before. Have you?
Me neither. I've heard of a penguin.
Yes. That's what I thought she said was penguin, but no, she said pangolin. So I looked it up. It's a pretty fascinating little creature.
Wow. We'll look that up. We'll put that on our list of stuff to look up. This is good. This is good.
This is good.
And I've got a question for you, Matt.
What?
When you're doing your interviews, how do you come up with so much energy?
I just control my voice.
Voice control. That's very good.
Wait, I'm gonna do my Elvis voice.
You know, that's funny because I don't think you've seen it, but Deez does a good Elvis as well.
Oh, yes?
Do it, do it, do
Okay,
it.
well,
do it.
hold on before I do. Hold on just a sec. I got to put on my Elvis glasses, you see. Because these Elvis glasses, I might as well let the hair go crazy. Elvis's hair is a little crazy. They have sideburns already attached. And I went to Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee, which is where Elvis's mansion is, and you can take a tour of the mansion. You can see all his old motorcycles. And when he talks, kind of talks like this, And so when we talk about Elvis, sometimes we gotta talk like Elvis sometimes. Well, that's right. And Elvis, I tell you what, Elvis is very special in our household, quite frankly, because number one, we did that great trip and got to see the motorcycle museum, and they let you go and onto his planes and everything else. It's right there in Graceland.
Wow.
But we do have a picture that is about as big as this poster of Elvis in our house, which is very cool. In fact, I think I'll post a picture of it later on today so you can see what I'm talking about.
Would you like that?
Yeah. After a while, Elvis looks like he has like a little like wave thing.
That's right.
there.
Mm.
And then
Yes, he does.
glasses, and then have you seen if he has like this silver outfit where his trousers at the bottom go like this, and he has
Yes.
like a and his feet and his boots are kind of like a little high heel thing.
Yes. You're very observant. Yes, that's right. Those wide bottom pants are called bell bottoms because it's like a bell at the bottom.
Oh,
That's
Bella.
very-
Do you remember any Elvis songs? Do you have a favourite? I know you like a bit of Elvis.
Did you know that Elvis did a lot of movies? He did a lot of movies. So if you're ever bored during this time where everyone's quarantined inside, you can watch a couple of Elvis movies where he sings and everything else. It's very cool. Oh.
I can't do it. How do you do that?
It takes a lot of practice. I've had a lot of time.
Do it again.
Had a lot of time to practice on my Elvis impersonation. Oh yeah.
But that's the best I can do.
This is pretty good.
You'll have to keep practicing. We'll go back to Deez with your best one.
That was very good.
Do you have another question? I especially like your next question idea, man.
Right. What's your hobby apart from biking?
Hobby apart from biking. Good one. Well, I'm not very good at it, but I do have a guitar. So I like to play that from time to time. That's one of my hobbies. Another one of my hobbies is, of course, making videos, which I love to do. I like to have some footage and then chop it up and then maybe put some music to it and get some good scenes in there. So I love doing that. Yes.
In this house, we have a hot pink guitar with a silver flake in it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, a hot pink guitar.
That is awesome.
It used to be in my mum's, but she actually never plays it.
She never learned to play, so I think Matt's
So
gonna.
I'm gonna take over.
Oh, fantastic. The earlier you start, the better you'll be.
I've got a ukulele right now, so I think I might be pretty good at it.
I bet you would.
I just have to do one of these skin things and go, da, da.
And you sing too, I see.
Yeah.
She does sing. She doesn't sing much in front of people at the moment, but she's getting there.
That's a bit of
Hey.
it.
I like that. Don't be afraid to sing, because a lot of people would love to be able to sing that can't sing. Maybe one day we'll see you singing on YouTube
Right.
All right, you heard it here first. Yeah, and I can keep on talking about some hobbies as well. I paint from time to time. We have some canvases here and some paints. So I think while we have the downtime, we might do a family painting night. What else do I like to do? I like to get out and ride my bicycle. Also, I have a bicycle. So from time to time, I'll do that. I have a lot of different hobbies.
That's cool. You like to be creative as well, don't you? You like to get your paints out and stuff like that.
I'm a bit crafty myself.
Ah, very good.
I've made a Ghostbusters board game.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, is that a board game that you invented?
Yeah.
Are you ready to? Do you want to carry on while you're eating your raisins, or do you want to wait till you've eaten your raisins?
No, carry on.
You want to carry on? Okay then.
Oh, she's the boss.
She's the boss.
What you scared of?
Oh, I'm gonna get deep on this one. So what I'm scared of, I actually talked to one of my sons about this a few years ago, and what I am scared of is that one day, because I have traveled so much for work, I'm kind of scared that one day when my kids grow up, they'll say I wasn't there a lot for a lot of events that they had. I've missed quite a few soccer games, as you would call football games. I've missed quite a few rehearsals, plays, and things like that, unfortunately, because of the type of work that I do. So, I would worry. I worry a little bit about that. When I was talking to my youngest son about that, he said not to worry about that, that there are some things that you just have to do. Everybody has to make sacrifices sometimes.
Yeah.
If I had to do it all over again, I probably would not have chosen to travel as much as I do for work. At the same time, that's brought a lot of blessings to us, and it's brought a lot of opportunities to do family travel as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think that's what I'm afraid of. The other thing I'm afraid of, let me see. I'm afraid of not growing old enough to see all the cool things that are going to happen in the future. I wish I could just see everything that's going to occur. And I know that that's not going to happen. So I just try to, you just try to keep yourself as healthy as possible so you can be strong enough to help other people, but also strong enough to see everything you possibly can that's coming our way, because the future is going to be very, very bright.
Oh, yeah. Those are really interesting answers, don't you think, Mad?
And the past. You can see the past again.
I think you look at what our grandparents would have seen in and what they have seen in there. If my grandparents aren't around now, excuse me, but the stuff that they've seen in their lifetime. You imagine all the stuff that we've seen in our lifetime so far, like stuff that we're going to see moving forward, like you say, is going to be insane.
Yes, it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be the generation of Mad and the people who are her age right now are the futures. They're the leaders, the future leaders of our world. So here's what I do. I do like seeing a lot of the movement with the younger group now talking more about saving the planet and being more aware of the ecology around us and being more mindful of that. I love seeing that movement. Some people would say that is those type of concepts and that type of thinking is what they would call very liberal. But I would say that there is a very good place for those conversations. And I'm glad that the younger group right now is thinking in that direction.
Mm. Do you have something to say on that, Matt?
Well, yeah, that's
You think about you look at things like recycling, don't you? You've talked to me before about turning the lights off to save the polar bears and all that sort of stuff.
And did you know
saving energy
that when you turn the lights off to save the polar bears, you actually saving some coral as well, because when the ice melts, the sea actually gets hotter to cool, and then the fish just gather up around the coral to get cool or something. And then the coral gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and then it just saving the coral as well.
Yeah.
You talked about the plastic going in the ocean, haven't you? Stuff like that. You're very conscious of that.
Okay. What? I'm gonna turn that into something else.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn that into if there was any country that you could go to in the world, where would it be?
Oof, any country. My goodness. I would love to go to India.
India. In China.
You found it?
India.
There you go.
Yes.
There.
Yes, I would love to go to India. I think it's so different from where I live now, from what I've seen in videos. But also, if you look at videos of motorcycle riding in India, almost everybody's riding a motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if you couldn't pick India, what would you pick?
Couldn't pick India. I would probably like to go a country that I haven't been to before.
He's already been to the UK, man.
I've been to the UK. I loved it there.
If you're listening to the UK.
But any other country that I haven't been to, I think I would like to go somewhere in Asia. Maybe, I don't know. Believe it or not, maybe China.
Oh, China's literally right there.
You could do 2 in 1. You could do a trip round both.
China's literally right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to, because again, they have such ancient history there in China. It's a country that we don't often think about going to for political reasons and things like that. But, you know, I think that there's a lot to be seen there in China. Definitely.
But I would like to go to somewhere in Africa. Can you guess where in Africa? Guess where?
Somewhere in Africa. Well, there's a place called Chad. So maybe Chad is a place you would go? I don't know. You tell me.
No. Somewhere at the top.
Not sure.
It's to the right.
Give him a clue.
It's to the right and at the top.
What's in that country?
Well, to you, to the left, though.
Well, let me think about that. Give me one reason that you would want to go to that place, and maybe it will help me.
Because it's hot. It's very
Let's
hot.
see. Yes.
I'll give you a clue.
Would it be Kenya?
No, it has the biggest river in the world in it.
Gosh, you got me on that one. I'm going to think about maybe Ghana. Oh, are you talking about going to Egypt?
Yes.
Ah, yes, of course. So the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers are there.
Yes.
She's been studying Egypt at school, you see.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It's one of the longest rivers.
Egypt is fascinating, and the history they have is incredible. You know, when you look at the hieroglyphics of Egypt, as you know, I'm sure, Matt, all of those pictures tell a story. It's very interesting.
Yeah, because Ramesses II, did you know that he had let me go and check.
Where are you going?
Yeah. She seems to be very, very curious about the world, huh?
Oh yeah, she loves it, mate, and she's such a bookworm. She's reading all the time.
That's great. That is fantastic. You know, those type of habits you build as a kid, they continue into adulthood. My wife is a reader. She reads a lot as well. Always has.
Ramesses II had 88 children.
Whoa, that's a lot of kids.
88 children.
Yeah, he did.
How's he going to take them on the back of his motorcycle?
in Egypt they don't have a motorcycle.
Oh, silly me.
But there was a war.
There was a war.
Yeah, there was a war in Egypt.
Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah, against Romans, I think. I haven't learnt that, but but horrible history, in horrible histories it says that.
You can
And also, did you know that he wore a bull's tail to show that he was boss?
No, I didn't know that.
The bull's tail.
Yes. And he built statues all over Egypt, just of him.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
I know you can talk about Egypt all night, and Deez would love to listen to you all night, I'm sure.
Yes. In fact, after this, I think I'm going to look up some of the Egyptian history. I think it's fascinating.
It is.
Absolutely.
So do you want to continue with your next question?
That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you changed the one before that, didn't you?
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to say?
Is there anything you'd like to say before we finish? Oh yeah, Dad just said that.
I mean, is there anything you'd like to say, and then you're asking Deez if there's anything he'd like to say.
And then he asked you if you like to say me if I like to say anything. And then I asked you if you like to say anything. And then you like to say anything.
Round and round we go. But we'll start with Deez, shall we?
Sure. Well, first I want to thank you so much, Dad and Matt, for having me today. This has been a blast. It's been a lot of fun. And I'm really glad that every time we have one of these conversations, we get to know each other a little bit better. And Matt, I just want to say that I am a fan of yours and the interviews that you do, and I will be keeping an eye on you for many years to come to see what you do with the channel and what you do within the motorcycle world. People will take notice of you, trust me. You know, I wish I did this kind of stuff. I wish I started 5 years ago, and you're starting off at such a young age. It's going to be incredible.
Oh, yeah. Do you know that I actually have your glow-in-the-dark sticker in my bedroom?
Very good.
Literally on my bed, so when I go to bed, I can actually see it.
You have a little night light there. Yeah. Fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that.
Well, thank you so much. Do you want to say it?
And we've got one.
Oh, we've got one on. Yeah, we've got one on the locker as well. Yeah.
Righto. Good to know.
What do you say to Deez?
Right. Thanks so much for joining us. It means the world. It means the
Is that it? It means the world to us.
It means the world. It means the world to us.
Yeah. That's right. And I'm so glad you have San Antonio on your map. Maybe you could put a pin in it to mark it. No, don't put a pin in it. Maybe a sticker.
Yeah, we'll put a little sticker on there, a little dot or something for Dirty Deez. No, thank you, dude. We really appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you taking time out of your day. We've enjoyed it. Mad has definitely enjoyed it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
This has been a lot of fun. And you guys, I am just so happy to be a part of your channel, doing this interview with you. Anytime I would love to do another collaboration, just let me know. And maybe we can kind of put our heads together and figure out how to do, you know, more and different type of collaborations as we're all stuck inside.
Yeah.
So, another interview.
There you
Good.
go. Cut.
Right.
That's great, man.
Cut.
So much fun.